Ross.
Here.
Hamilton. Here. Taylor.
Here.
Robinson.
Here.
Baxter.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Insulaco.
Here.
Height.
Present.
All present.
Everyone will stand. John, if you'll come up and say the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Let's go ahead and bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening and we thank you, Lord, for all that you do for us as a city. We pray that you would just continue to bless us as we look to you for all our needs. Pray especially for the council members and the leaders here in the city, that you would give them wisdom and grace and mercy, that they might lead this city in a way that is pleasing to you. Lord, we are grateful for this wonderful place that you have given to us, and we are just asking, Lord, that you would just continue to pour out your blessings upon it. In Jesus' name, and all God's people said.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Second.
Motion second.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Communications,
So we have three.
okay. If anyone would like to pull any communications, if not, I'll ask for a motion second.
Second.
Motion second, communications.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor. Yes. Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
On the agenda, let's go ahead and do the consent agenda, please, and that would be R2316 through R20, help me guys, I think it's through 29, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
So I'll ask for consent agenda. If everybody would say consent, if we vote for aye, all in favor, if any, I'll say, does anyone first want to pull one? I'm
Yes,
sorry,
I
Dave.
do want to pull
About
one.
what-
R2324, I have a question on it.
Excuse me, R2324 would be pulled. Or be held or pulled.
Well, no, I want to read
Gonna
it.
hold it for right now, but to have a
I
consent.
want to pull it out of the consent
Gotcha.
agenda.
All
How's
right,
that?
she's gonna pull that. R2324 will be pulled out. We'll be voting on all of the rest. Is that correct? Anybody okay? I'm gonna ask for an aye vote on those. We're pulling the ones from R2324. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. That brings us back to R2324.
Or 2324. Mayor Hartwick.
2323 or 2324? Help me with that.
2324.
That's what I thought. All right, that's what I got. Go ahead. And I thought we were gonna hold that too.
No, I don't want to hold it. I want to read it so
Read
we can
it.
discuss it.
Let's read it.
All right, sir. R2324, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a pre-purchase food agreement with Arkansas Food Bank.
I move for adoption, but
Second.
I have a question on this. That's why I
Okay.
pulled that. It's my understanding that we are to receive a list, or the city is to develop a list of the pantries. And
Sure.
I was just wondering if that was supposed to be attached to this, or do we have the list?
Ember or Anna, whichever. Come on up, please. Very good. Go ahead, Miss Ember, please.
So, I thought we were gonna hold it tonight because there should be an attachment with the list. And, we
Just as-
now have someone working on that list. And, Dan Scott said he could have that ready on the next council meeting. Because when we looked at it, we were missing that attachment, so I think we do wanna hold that so he can get that information to
Yeah,
us.
Dan called me on that and asked that I hold it. That's why I didn't know if you had any information besides that. Anna, are you out there too? Are you aware of this? Okay, fine. Anybody else? If not, we want to hold 2324 if it's okay, and we'll have their information for you at the next council meeting, all right? So where are we?
We've had a second and a motion.
If we're going to hold that piece, then we can move to new business.
Okay.
New business is, starts on page R22, R2330, we've already done that. And so that'd be R2331, that's me, and I need to have a public hearing. Go ahead and read those, and I'll call a public hearing on the rest of them, okay?
We need to read R2330.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and read,
Okay. R2330, Mayor Hartwick.
please.
A resolution waiving formal bidding requirements and authorizing payment to Jeriff Industries LLC as sole source vendor for the purchase of a tree trimming vehicle for the North Rock Electric Department.
So y'all know too, we had someone call in asking why we didn't bid that, and it's because it's a sole source vendor. There was no one else, so it's something we need because, as you know, right now when you order anything, it could be a year or two. So that's what happened. So those, if that person's in the audience tonight, we'll let you know it is a sole source vendor on that. So if you don't mind, call it. I'm asking for,
Move for adoption?
thank you.
Second.
Motion adopted, seconded.
All right. Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
The rest of them are going to be a public hearing. If you want to read them, and then I'll call and ask for a public hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Please. And I don't know if we got them on the screen or not.
Okay, this is going to be for R2331 at 129 College Park Circle, R2332 at 4724 Gum Street, R2333 at 2512 Highway 161, and R2334, excuse me, at 324 East 21st Street.
Okay. I'm going to call a public hearing on these. Those wishing to speak for or against these, please come forward to the mic. That would be R2331 through R2334. Wish to speak for or against those, please come forward. Seeing none, I'll adjourn this public hearing. Please call them.
All right, do we have a nomination for R2331? Go ahead and call. Okay. Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Go ahead and read the legend.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I apologize.
Not a
I
motion.
messed up, everybody.
I need a motion.
Yeah, I'm like.
Got it.
Yeah,
And I need to read it for us, too.
Something don't feel quite right.
Motion to adopt
Hang on.
2331.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know, that's why they need to read,
Yes.
and then we'll do it. Thank you. Go
I
ahead.
apologize.
That's all right. I was going to catch you.
Okay, R2331, a resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 129 College Park Circle.
So move.
Motion seconded.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R2332, a resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the West County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 4724 Gum Street in the city of North Little Rock.
So move.
Second.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
R23-33, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 2512 Highway 161 in the city of North Little Rock.
So move.
Second.
Motion seconded.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R23-34, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 324 East 21st Street in the city of North Little Rock.
So move.
Second.
Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Insulaco.
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
O2307, Mayor Hartwick.
Please, and I'd like to make sure that after you read it, we're going to add, I think I've talked to most all the aldermen, they want their name on this too, if you don't mind, so
Okay.
please.
All right. An ordinance establishing the position of Parks Police Officer, prescribing their law enforcement duties, declaring emergency first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion suspended, seconded.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Okay.
Yes.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
not to elaborate, but those in the audience tonight, this is to arm our park rangers. This would be transferred from, actually, Steve, they're coming from you and going to the police department. We would be the first city, I believe I'm saying this correctly, it's in the state of Arkansas, to be arming our park rangers. This is something I've been wanting, and I've talked to most all the R, and we have concerns, so that's what this is all about. So anyway, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.
02308, Mayor Hartwick.
Please?
An ordinance amending the 2022 quota ordinance, ordinance number 9423 for certain departments of the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
No suspend?
Second.
Seconded?
Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Insulaco,
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
Move adoption.
Second.
Motion adopted, seconded.
Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Insulaco,
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Insulaco,
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
02309, council members Ross and Height.
Please call it.
Please call it.
An ordinance establishing a comprehensive code to regulate the issuance of and conditions associated with short-term residential rental business licenses for the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
And I have, go ahead, Ms. Ross.
No, I was just going to say, we want to read this one time so that we can get discussion on the floor on this too, and then we'll hold it till the next council meeting to vote on.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Did you all, Ms. White and Tom, this has to do with 02309, she's going to read and hold. Do you still want to come forward? Okay,
Yes.
please. This is a 3-minute limit, so I can get this, I know it's supposed to be at the end, but let me go ahead and address it if it's okay with y'all right now. You want to wait till the end, or what?
The end of what?
Well, let's do it now. Come on up, Ms. White.
Oh, it's on this.
Yeah.
It's now.
Let's go now with it. I'd like
It
it.
is now.
Yes, come on up, please, ma'am. And Tom, this has to do with 02309. You got 3 minutes, as you well know. Huh? Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Councilmember White. I really appreciate it.
Haven't been here in 3 years.
It's, well,
Next month, I think.
I wish it would have been you.
Go ahead.
Life's okay.
You got to identify yourself if you don't mind.
Hello, mine's
You know
Beth-
the routine.
I'm set to do that.
Okay.
Hello, my name's Beth White, and I live on Glenmere in North Little Rock, 4021 Glenmere. I'm here to comment on 02309, short-term rentals. I've got notes, and I'm going to just, somebody time me the 3 minutes and
I'll
just cut
get
me
you.
off. But my notes are a little scattered, but I just want to let everybody know that I have 6, I had 7 until Sunday, short-term rentals within walking distance of my house. I live in Lakewood on Glenmere, and I can take, if anybody wants to come to my house, I'll take you for a walk and let you see them. So this is what started it all.
Beth,
Yes.
pull that to you a little bit, please, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Better? Is this
Yes,
better?
Better.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to comment on this whole legislation, each page or anything like that, because I feel like we do need legislation to manage our short-term rentals, and there's some good things in this. But there's things that aren't being addressed in it, and things that I'm concerned about. Initially, what got our attention, we didn't even know these houses in our area were short-term rentals, but we started seeing cars with license plates from out of state continually, and all of a sudden we put it together and realized, we did a little research and realized one of them was Airbnb, and then we found others that were as well. We were really surprised. Some of the things that we saw going on in the houses was alarming at the beginning. I'm going to tell you about my favorite one. It was called Millionaire Mike. I changed his name. He had a car that he transported this car in a box trailer, and he parked it right across the yard. And it was a car that was all fancy, and he goes to shows and shows these houses, and he would roar the engine. I didn't know cars could make that much noise. But anyway, he was a nice guy, but this is another Airbnb situation where there were no rules that he had to follow. And the neighbors a couple of them contacted me, and they were really intimidated by this guy and didn't know what to do. So that was one of the things. One night, a neighbor actually had a video of some young girls getting out of a car really, really late at night. She lived across the street. And they were all carrying sleeping bags, pillows, and such like that. And there were a multitude of them that went in the house that night. We don't know, maybe it was all okay, I don't know. But there were just questionable behaviors. One night, my husband was walking the dog, and he saw the flames of a bonfire in the backyard over the roof of the house. Again, they don't know the rules and regulations for North Little Rock, so they had a bonfire. Cars are regularly parked in the front yard, and this on the grass, and this is a parking district that I live in, but they don't know. Trash and recycling issues have been constant. I'm also concerned about the kids that run around on our streets. They're with their mom and dads, but sometimes they're out by themselves, and there's a lot of strangers in our neighborhood. Every day there's new ones, and every weekend there's new ones. Those are small things, I guess, but the short-term and long-term impact on the community is really a concern. I bought a house in a residential area. I did not buy in a house where a mini hotel is going to be down the street, or 6 of them in this case, 7 until Sunday. I didn't expect that when I bought it. If somebody buys a house that abuts a commercial area and has a hotel or has something like that, that's different. But that's not what the neighbors in our neighborhood have. They have houses that are residential area, and they're not. I mean, it makes me wonder what else we're going to change. What else could change? So, okay. Anyway, the density of short-term rentals is a huge thing to me. How many are in a given area? I mean, we're going to manage them maybe with a number for the whole city, but what does that mean for a small community area? For instance, I have 6, and I want to ask the question, but I can't. Do any of you want a short-term rental next door to you? Do you want one? Do you want one on both sides of you? Do you want one across the street? Those are all things that this short-term rental issue has brought to our attention. So anyway, I know financial interests are behind all this. People are making money on these. They're flipping houses and making money. I think that my time is up, right?
Yes, ma'am. And so, Tom, you're out there, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to take 3 minutes, or you want to give her your 3?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
I want to do it legitimately.
She's going to keep his mouth shut. I think we got it, and I understand where you're coming from.
And I will return if I need to.
I understand that.
And I also would invite anybody that wants to contact me. I'll take you for a walk in my neighborhood if you'd like.
Thank you. Ms. Ross, what's your pleasure again?
Did we have anyone else that wanted to speak?
I didn't get one, but if there's one out there, I'll go ahead and entertain it real fast.
Okay, I didn't know if Patrick
I think that's
was here
it
to,
that I
I didn't know
got.
if Patrick was here to speak or not, so.
All right, don't see anybody.
Okay. So
Thank you.
have
You-
we
you're-
voted on this one time? Did we vote on it one time to get it on the floor? We
If
ready?
you hold it, it'll still be on the agenda for the
Okay.
next. We can hold it
Okay,
till the
but did
next.
we vote
You don't
one
have to
time?
vote.
Did we vote one time?
We haven't had a
There's
motion to approve.
been no motion.
No motion to vote.
Okay,
Just to hold the
You do a
legislation as
motion
the
to approve, we
only.
vote, and
Okay.
it goes up or down.
okay. Well, this is on the first reading,
It is.
correct?
So
So
how do you want to handle it?
should we go ahead and do?
I'd say go ahead and read it one time and hold.
That way
Let's
we're
read it
not
one
vote-
time and hold it.
Let's read it one time and then hold it, and I have
I
some
thought we
comments.
already read it.
I did too, but let's go ahead and do it again.
You read it, but we didn't vote.
Didn't vote on it. I don't
Right.
Whoa,
think.
whoa, whoa.
Point of order.
Why would we vote?
All we
on it?
do is just hold it.
I'm not suspending the readings. I'm just the first.
I understand that. She's already read it. So if you're not moving forward, we hold it.
So you can vote to hold it.
Okay,
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
That's what,
okay, so you have read it one time. Okay, so now,
do you
I just
want to
wa-
have it, do you want to suspend the readings, hold it, or you want to
no,
hold
we
it
can
right
just
now?
hold it. We can hold, that's
All right,
fine.
let's do it. Let's
But
read-
I do
it's been
have
read
some
and held.
I do have some comments now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so
Holding it.
why this legislation, this is something I've been working on for over 2 years. And it's not just, Councilmember White, and it's several other people. They may not have contacted you. I've had several people contact me. It's, the trash is being put out every day on the street because they don't know. The short-term rental, people that are there, their host has not told them what to do with it. There's no regulations. This is a business within residential neighborhoods that has not, we regulate home-based businesses. We regulate other things. And this is something that's not been addressed. And another thing that people don't think about too on the short-term rental is our census, when we have these homes, we're not receiving any funding from the census. We're not getting it's cut out the individuals from our half-cent sales tax from the county. I think it was Ember helped me trying to just do, say we had 100, and there was 4 people in each house, we're losing $92,000 a year just from that. This is not counting any turnback funds, it's not counting any CDBG funds. We're missing a lot of funding on that. But besides that, the main thing is, yes, we have people, code can go out there, but our thing is, we don't know who to call. You know, they call Airbnb, there's probably 20 host platforms out there. It's not just Airbnb. I started making a list. You know, you got Facebook, Vacasa, you got Inclusive, you got Kid & Co., you got Boutique Homes, you got FlipKey, which is owned by TripAdvisor. There's numerous, so they say, well, just call them. Who do we call? We don't know. We have no contact. And a lot of these are out of state. They're not on site. They don't know what's going on. They've paid someone. Are they necessarily taking care of it? So this is why we need the regulations.
Anybody else? Mr. Hamilton?
So I understand. Now, I think I'm going to lose this one. You know, current vote counting is 7-1 against me, so I get it. And council members Ross and Height they've presented this legislation, and I appreciate you holding it for another round of conversation. The vast majority are VRBO. The absolute vast majority are, I'm sorry, not VRBO, Airbnb. There are a couple of VRBOs, but I haven't seen any of the other ones. Now, without putting any words into anyone else's mouth, I think I understand why people are against this. I've received the same complaints about the problem Airbnbs. Terrible parties, incredibly immodest, to say the least, parties. And filming in some of these parties and terrible actions that have gone on. Now, neighbors were rightly upset with this continuing disturbance in a quiet neighborhood. These are bad Airbnbs, and I want to get rid of them just as much as anybody else does. Now, full disclosure, my wife and I own an Airbnb, as I've stated from the very beginning. We manage one other Airbnb, and my Airbnb's never received a complaint, so I don't think I'm in on this one. Plus, according to the regulation, I'm grandfathered in. This isn't going to touch me at all. It doesn't have a direct impact on me at all. I think it has an indirect impact because if we regulate the heck out of all these other Airbnbs, mine's going to become a rare accommodation and I can charge a lot higher prices. So I benefit from this regulation. So why am I against it? Well, every Airbnb in North Little Rock is right now subject to the same laws and codes as every other property in the city. Long-term rentals don't have this proposed extra layer of regulation, and they are the source of many more code violations than the short-term rentals are. Also, Airbnb cracked down on this party issue 2 years ago. A simple Google search, and they knew they were getting hit bad by city governments saying, and neighbors saying, we hate Airbnbs. They cracked down hard, and they outlawed parties. And they also implemented a community standards which have said, call us, we want to shut these down. There have been 2 shut down on, not Glenmere, but next to my house, Cleburne, within the past 6 months. We had a terrible party, got them shut down. It's done. So regulating these short-term rentals, a vast majority of the offending properties that have caused these extra problems are not an issue anymore. Now, there are some benefits. Everyone's talking about the problems of short-term rentals. There are benefits to them as well. They do fill a market niche, and they create tourism in parts of the city where there were none before. I know realtors, not my wife, but I know other realtors who have brought in residents who come in to look for houses because they're moving here. And they put them up in short-term rentals in a neighborhood to say, what do you think about this neighborhood? What do you think about this neighborhood? Now, in terms of how many short-term rentals are going to take over a neighborhood, well, The market often decides that, and I like free markets. And I do think there should be regulation. I think there should be caps. I'm for caps, but the complete outlaw of all residential neighborhoods, I'm certainly not in favor of. And I don't think why we should stifle this type of industry with blanket legislation that outlaws it and creates more bureaucracy for short-term rentals when we're not creating this type of bureaucracy for long-term rentals, which I get 10 times more calls on about problem properties. So that's what I have.
Hang on just a second. Anybody else? All right, Ms. Ross.
Airbnb contacted me today. They had our legislation, they pay millions and millions and millions of dollars to monitor, legislation around the country, and called me today, and we went over what we've got in place. And what we did, we took Fayetteville's and we took Hot Springs legislation. That's why we said, because they'd gone back and amended, waiting to see what they were going to do, what was working, what wasn't working. And so we've taken those and we've customized it to North Little Rock. Yes, they did have some questions. One was the current license holders, the ones that currently hold a license, the 20 out of the 100 and something that did come in and get their, they have, if they would be notified, because they have 3 months to start the process, because they still have to fill out the application and everything, that they're notified. And I did talk to Ms. Thomas today, and she said that they do, they can do that. There's only like 20-something that have a business license, so they can contact them and make sure they know that they start their 3-month process. The other was the density cap, and I will tell you, that's the hardest thing that we've had is the density. How do you define the density? Is it a block? How long is a block? How many are in a block? And that's the one thing that we ended up with. There's no way to do the density fairly in an R1 and R2, and that's where all the complaints have come from that I've had. We're in the R1. Those are your single-family, traditional neighborhoods. There's some of the larger homes, too, that have pools, and that's where the pool parties were coming from. I think that was the one, the pool party. And so the density cap, that's why we just said R1 and R2, sometimes when something is so difficult, you just can't do it. So we put that in there. Another thing that there was the notice of revocation. They wanted to know why the clerk's office would be handling that. And I explained to them that our business license go through our clerk's office. And so they're okay. And then they were objected to the R1 and the R2 because that was, they don't want them banned anywhere. But we're not banning them, they're still residential out there. There's plenty of residential still out there that can apply. It's just strictly the R1 and 2. And like I said, those are your traditional family neighborhoods that could possibly have, and Beth used the term mini hotel, which is absolutely correct. So do you want a mini hotel on each other? I can't say what it's going to do to your property value, knowing, if somebody comes to purchase a home and that they know that there's going to be a mini hotel next to you. It's a business. You're going to have a business on each side of you. I can't speak to what that would do to that. People have asked me, and I said, I don't know. But I just wanted to know that's some of the concerns that we've had. I've got tons of notes. Like I said, this is 2 years. And the one thing, too, and we've got to stop calling them Airbnb because they're short-term rental because there's so many. The biggest thing is, who do we call? How do we contact that person? And when you said, you get more rental, we have a whole lot more rental than we have, 100 Airbnbs right now. Our last year, the year-over-year growth was 70%. That's a pretty big increase. So we may have 100 now, but it's growing in that direction.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, this is to be held at the next council meeting. It's been read, as we know, so if you don't mind, let's go forward, please.
O-2310, Councilmember Ross.
Please call it.
An ordinance approving salary increases for the city clerk, treasurer, and the city attorney of the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion suspended, seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco? Height?
Yes.
Move for
Move for
adoption.
adoption.
Motion adopted, seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
And on the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
O23-11, Councilmember Ross and Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a conditional use to allow an electric fence in an I-2 zone for certain real property located at 4300 Stockton Drive. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion suspended, second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Move for adoption.
Second. I've got one thing to say.
I know, we're on second. So there's a motion second, and then you want to go ahead and talk?
Yeah,
now? Okay.
so just real quick, everyone's heard my street about electric fences. I got this request to co-sponsor this, and I did a deep dive. Electric fences are a lot different than back in the day. They were outlawed across every city in the nation, 70 years ago because of the dangers they posed to innocent people walking by. They do not pose those same level of dangers anymore. I like the fact that the electric fence is inside another perimeter fence. My concerns have been abated on this, and I'm happy to sponsor it. And I just wanted to let everybody know that I can change my mind.
So what we're saying is for those who are out there, I don't know if he's in the audience today, but there's electrical fence goes inside the other fence. Are you here?
Yeah.
Any
As a permanent seat
questions,
here,
any
as a permanent
questions
seat.
for Mr.?
Mr. Pate.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
Michael Pate with Amrock. We install the devices.
Okay. Any questions for him personally? Mr. Baxter?
So I understand that there's something along this, dealing with electric fences of this type in front of our state legislature. Is that correct? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am.
How will, if that passes at the state legislature, how will that affect this, any of our city ordinances?
It will not. It'll just speed everything up a little bit.
Mr. Spencer? There you are, Sean, I see you now. Did you hear that?
Yes, I'm not aware of which law is sponsored.
So what my understanding is, if I'm not, and tell me if I'm wrong, that is that,
I'm aware of it. It just wasn't focused on electrical.
all right, but if it passes the legislature, it really would take it out of our city councilman's hands. Is that correct? Is that how I read that?
No, sir. It goes to the alarm permitting process is where it would go.
I didn't read it that way, so maybe I'm wrong, okay?
Yeah, well, that's
And
the way it
and maybe
reads.
I'm asking, is Mr. Spencer, are you aware of this? I'm not aware of what he was saying. Okay, well, it's already got it, suspend the rules. I just want to make sure that we're not going to let anything happen that the city council doesn't have an opinion on. That's what I'm trying to get at. And if you
Understood.
say it doesn't, I want them to check it. So do y'all want to hold the suspension of the rules? Or do y'all want to go
I'm ready
forward?
to move forward. If the state passes something, it overrides us.
Where are we right now?
We don't.
It's on suspend the
We
rules.
have a motion and a second to adopt.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it doesn't override us. It gives us options to set new rules and regulations. It does. It won't just override us, but go ahead. So where are we at?
We have a motion and a second to
There's a
adopt.
motion and a second, Mr. Pate. So there you are.
Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
And on the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
O23-12, Councilmember Robinson?
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a conditional use to allow an electric fence in an I-2 zone for certain real property located at 11,700 Valentine Road in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion suspended, seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Motion suspended. Go ahead.
All right, so.
There's no reason. I'm just having you there just in case. Just stay there till you finish this, okay? Any questions? Let's go forward. Where are we right now?
Motion and second, sir.
On motion to adopt.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height.
Yes.
So I have a question for Mr.
Mr. Pate? Mr. Pate? Mr. Pate? come on up here, please. I have one question for you, please. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Taylor?
So these are low voltage, kind of like a, what's the one that they put up for the dogs? The invisible fence?
It's completely different. That's like a radio receiver that goes to a shock collar. It's different than that. It's more in line with what you would see to contain livestock.
Also, it's an actual fence.
It's an actual fence, but it goes behind the fence that's already there.
Okay.
Has to be signed. We have to test and label the Energizer to the IEC standards. It uses a 12-volt battery and a solar array to keep it powered. It's never hooked up to the electrical infrastructure at all.
How much of a jolt will it give me if I get on it?
It's very similar to if you're rubbing your stocking feet across the carpet and reach out and hit a door handle. That's a 15 to 20,000 volt static shock. We're running about 7 to 9.
So it's gonna make me get up off of it for sure.
Yeah, it can't grab you though because it's a pulse device. It pulses
Yeah.
once every 1.1 seconds for 3/10,000ths of a second. We actually have to go to the lab and measure the shock value and the pulse with oscilloscopes. So it's a very complicated device that we've been developing and have been keeping up with more and more development as crime rages on, so.
From what I understand from my research,
Maurice?
it's almost impossible to grab on and hold on.
Yeah, you're not going to.
You're not,
What happens is that your body goes into a contraction when it gets into an electrical outlet, and your muscles contract, and that is what makes you stay on it. This is a pulse, bam, it goes through it, you can't do it.
Let me ask you one crazy question, okay?
Yes, sir.
So somebody breaks into your lot, they climb the fence, they hit the electrical outlet, and so for some crazy reason, he has a heart attack right there. Who's liable?
Well, probably me.
Well, that's the
That's
question.
why I carry a $6 million insurance policy
Not-
on every place I
And
go.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that, but hopefully it never happens, but you know yourself, crazier things happen.
Yes, sir, and Mr. Mayor, we've been in business since 1992, we've never had that happen.
Thank God.
Not saying that it won't, but you never know.
Well, you got your wish, looks like. Anybody else? If not, let's go on forward. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Baker. Yep.
O-2313, Mayor Hartley.
I did this for consideration, but please read it.
O-23-13, an ordinance granting a special use to allow a tow company in an I-1 zone for certain real property located at 6,000 MacArthur Drive. First reading.
I'll suspend the readings just because we need to move it along to get to dispense
Second.
with it.
Motion to suspend, move to
Second.
second reading. There's a second.
Ross?
Yes. Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
I've got a gentleman who wants to speak upon this, but are we going to go any further with this tonight? Mr. Earnhardt, go ahead, I'm listening. Hang on, I know, hang on.
Mayor, the applicant reached out to me, and then I subsequently reached out to the neighborhood out there where this is going to be located, and no one out there was in favor of this. While the neighborhood wants growth, they want growth that they can sustain by being a base of repeating customers. And with something of this nature, they're not really repeating. Additionally, we have a business at Parkway and MacArthur that has many wrecked vehicles there. It's unsightly. Going further down MacArthur, and there's yet another business with the same type of thing. I understand that this is, supposed to be screened or whatever, but just don't feel like this is a business that helps sustain the neighborhood in any form or fashion. So I couldn't sponsor it, neither could Mr. Harris. There's probably several people out in the audience that are against this. If you're against this, would you stand up, please, just so we can see? So people took time out of their busy Monday night. Thank you for coming down and showing that they are believing that this doesn't support neighborhood endeavors.
I didn't have anybody from the person who's asking for this come forward or asked to speak. Is anybody out there in this? You want to come forward, please, ma'am? Please identify yourself if you don't mind.
Yes, my name is Stacy Turner. I'm the owner of the company. I took over the company after my father passed. This is his company. My dad
Slow down.
started this company.
Slow down.
He started this company back in 2005 in North Little Rock. Everybody knows him, Virgil's Hauling. You know, he's been around for so long. He started off at Arkansas Auto Salvage with the Tollefers. And I moved back here after my father passed to do this because this is my therapy to help me. As long as I can see my dad continue doing the thing that he loved in Little Rock, that's something that matters to me. You know, he has so much, he left so many people behind, dear and close. I go pick up cars out of town, never been to these small towns a day before in my life. And the only thing I hear about the good stories is my dad with them. Proud that I came back to do this. Proud to see Virgil's hauling trucks still going up and down the town. My dad is always to Oklahoma, Texas, and Tennessee, well known. And this is, yes, I know you guys are having issues with it, but I'm not like the other people that you see out there. My thing is, I am getting a fence, but I don't want to spend my money if you say I can't have it. So if I spend my money, I'm losing money.
All right, hey, I gotta stop it there, okay, if you don't mind. I do apologize, but you've stated your case, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add? Because I'm gonna call this to a vote, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor.
So I guess I'm trying to get clear on what the problem is with it. I mean, what's the problem?
Baxter?
So, number one, it's not a business which the neighborhood will sustain in so much as, providing them repeat customers, right? As opposed to a retail or a service business where I would return periodically throughout the week or the month, right? We're looking for those types of businesses in the neighborhood. Additionally, again, we have two others that are not very sightly at all. Additionally, the applicant had, it says no selling. However, the applicant at the planning commission had asked that they be allowed to sell these vehicles. And again, that's additional, just traffic. The car count will remain at a certain level, so it just doesn't feel like it's conducive. We appreciate her, Ms. Turner, wanting to continue the business of your father. We just don't think that's a location for it. That's all.
One more thing, there was, Mr. Berber-Earnhardt, you had signed up to speak. You want to say anything? Because I have it down here to let you speak. I think you're representing more or less the group that we just had stand up. Is that correct? Is that right? Okay. So my question is, Mr. Earnhardt.
I'm not a great speaker.
I knew that
First
when
thing
I
I'd like
talked
to-
to you. I knew that way along. I knew that for 30 years now. So go ahead.
Well, anyway, first thing, act like your daddy's sitting out here and needs hearing aids because they left mine at home.
Okay.
And I'm having trouble hearing every one of you. So that's my problem. Point is, guys, I've been on that hill 30 years. Every business that's been in there has failed. Per codes, per activity, homeless. There's a big building in the back of it, completely empty. They like to shack up in there. But the people in the area are tired of what that looks like. You're just short of going into the county. Why don't you take it into the county? And from here, from that road there out to Maumelle, drive it and see what you think of that area.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And when you get off the freeway there at the Crystal Hill exit, it's pitiful, pitiful. And there's a lot of riffraff that hangs out in that area, a lot of meth heads, it's just a problem.
I got you.
And I would appreciate, well, real quick, I would appreciate personally, this isn't anything personal against her. It's the idea that you put the wrong businesses in there. We got a new Ozark Mountain nut shop. That's the kind of business that we look for, something like that. But I would certainly appreciate you guys thinking about this because nothing has worked in that thing. My 30 years of living up there, and I'm 71 years of living in this city, in the city limits, in Levy. So I'd sure appreciate it if you guys would reconsider this thing about what you want to do.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Ross?
Yeah, I just want to say, I've had several emails from the group, and I appreciate them reaching out on concerns. And I drive that strip quite a bit. I have a lot of family out Oak Grove and Marche and Morgan, and so I'm by there. And it was just like probably 2 weeks ago when I was down there, I was going, this is looking so much nicer out there. You got the old building torn down. What was it? Was it the original My Friend's Place or whatever? And so, cleaning up the area, and then to have this come in when they were so proud to get that, start to, and I kind of equate this to, you've got those, I know that the council members in Ward 2 helping to get Broadway cleaned up, that y'all been working really hard on getting that cleaned up and everything, and I think that's pretty much what the council members from Ward 3 is saying, that, that's one area that could certainly be cleaned up, and it doesn't need any more.
Got you. Where are we on this?
We need a motion. We just suspended the readings. We don't have anything further.
There's a motion.
Motion to adopt? I mean, yeah, where are we? What motion?
That's correct. We
Okay,
need a
okay, I didn't know
second.
where we were.
There's a motion to deny.
Deny.
And that
Well,
does- So you don't have to do that, you don't have to.
motion to
that-
adopt, and
just
then
to
we will
adopt the
vote yes
amendment,
or
you'll
no.
vote against.
Motion to adopt,
then
second.
we will vote, however.
Motion and a second.
All right.
Okay, go ahead, Paul.
Ross?
No.
Hamilton?
No.
Taylor?
No.
Robinson?
No.
Baxter?
No.
Harris?
No.
Insulaco?
No.
Height?
No.
Motion to adopt has failed.
Let's see, I think that concludes everything. And you see, I have one public comment from a Tanya Ivory. Tanya Ivory, are you in the audience? Yes, come on up, please, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Identify yourself again, please.
My name is Tanya Ivory, and I am a member of Christian Faith located at 5301 West Emily Road in North Little Rock, Arkansas.
And your comment is?
My comment was that I was going to, we were coming to petition the city of Little Rock, North Little Rock, to pave West Emily Road.
So say that again. You want to ask us in North Little Rock to do what?
To pave.
To pave, okay.
West Emily Road.
And that is
It
in
is
Ward 2, I believe. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's Linda Robinson.
Ms. Robertson, Mr. Taylor, so again,
And the reasoning is because we have a church down there. That's the only building on that road other than a salvage yard, and it's paved partially. It's paved on up into the salvage yard, but when you come down past the salvage yard, it's only gravel, and it's barely any gravel there, and it's a lot of big potholes. We have a lot of big vehicles coming down that road, even though we have a sign there that says, you know, after so many tons, they're not supposed to come down that road. They still come down that road as a shortcut. A lot of the school buses, a lot of big 18-wheelers and stuff like that, we're tearing up our cars, fronting in tires, and it's constantly flat tires, constantly. And when we call the city of North Little Rock to fix the road, they're telling us that they don't have the supplies to do it. Or they're telling us that they're gonna do it and it takes them a while to get it done.
how long is that road, Emily Road? I know it's kind of what we're talking about, but how long is that road?
It's been, I mean, since we've been there, and we've been there for probably about maybe 13 years now.
Okay. I was out there the other day. I'm familiar with what you got going, I really am, so.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Here's how it works. The council members have monies that we give to fix public works and stuff like that. So let me just visit with them, and I can get someone out there to take a look at it. We'll get you a reply back, timing and everything. Is that fair? Is that
Yes,
fair
sir.
with you, Alderman? Is that okay? Council members, I'm sorry, you care? I'll get your report back. Is that fair? Gotcha.
Fair.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Holiday is Monday, February 20th. Other than that, anybody else? So moved.
Second.
Ross? Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Yes. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Good seeing y'all. Thank you.